and sit down.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome back once again to Vicious Rants, and of course I am your host, Mr. Main Event himself, the often imitated, never duplicated Superstar Tim Vicious, and we're gonna go over Raw this week. Was in Houston, Texas, and well, before we get into the show, wanna let everyone know, can't emphasize this enough. Go check out the Main Event Wrestling Network's YouTube page. We are trying to build the follower count on that. Also, I did get a chance to have a sit down with contributor to the show. You may have seen him when I was on one of my episodes of Vicious Chats, the Great Brown Hope. This time the roles were reversed and I was in the guest seat. It was a great sit down, had an absolute blast with him. It was lots of jokes, lots of laughs, lots of insight on wrestling, and I don't want to give away any spoilers on it, but I am kind of hoping we can get TV versus MC in the trends in some way, shape, or form. Anyways, also want to remind everyone, we got to pay these funny little gimmicks called bills. So we are WWE Shop affiliates. So what that means is, if you scan that QR code right there on the screen, or click the description link down below, it takes you to WWE Shop. You make a purchase for whatever item your heart desires. Cody Rhodes just dropped a whole bunch of new American Nightmare gear today, and I do got to tell you, not only does that weightlifting belt look nice, that new shirt does look pretty nice, which you can get on our affiliate link, and you make that purchase as well as with anything else you may want, such as that little Miss Alexa Bliss Lily doll, or anything else. You make whatever purchase, and we here at the Vicious Studios receive a small nominal commission to help, which will help improve the show, so we can make this better for you. Also, folks, want to remind everyone, whatamaneuver.net for your Vicious Rants apparel. Help support the show. We got t-shirts like I'm wearing right now. We got tanks. We got women's tees. We got baby onesies. We got toddler tees. And if you're crazy enough to want to wear something like wear it in 90 plus degree weather, we even got long sleeve shirts. Perfect shirt for somebody you may love, somebody you may hate. Or if you want to hold on to that special shirt that means the absolute world to you, that you've had for forever, well, now's the best way to... These shirts right here, the Vicious Rant shirts, are the perfect way to help do that. See what you do, you purchase a Vicious Rant shirt, whatever one you want. The t-shirt, the tank, the long sleeve, a baby, whatever one. You buy that, and then, you can go and give that to Goodwill, Salvation Army, whatever donation center you wish, and we got no problem with that whatsoever. We don't, but you give that shirt to somebody, and that means that you don't have to give up your special shirt that your significant other is saying that we need to go and put some clothes in the donation bin. Well, okay. Well, let me just get this shirt that I bought to go and put in there. Haha. Think smarter, not harder, folks. Whatamaneuver.net. Go and look. Vicious Rants. We got them. We got the merch. Perfect gift for donations. Just saying. So, before we go and talk about Raw, just like always, let's switch gears and talk about last week via the SmackDown Rewind. And the big highlights from last week's SmackDown. The show started out with outside in the parking lot, not what you would think, with a giant brawl ensuing. Oh, no. This isn't NXT after all. You see, there was a big car crash incident. And you see Kathy Kelly showing up on the scene with Scrap Daddy Adam Pearce asking, Mr. Pierce, can you tell us what happened? And then Scrap Daddy saying, well, with Nick Aldis taking the night off, I'm in charge of tonight, and there was an accident, and apparently a car hit another one that was carrying Solo Sikoa and the MFT, and I know just as much as you do now. I'm still trying to gather and piece information together, so if you can excuse me, I have to go and talk to the police officers here. And as he turns, Cody Rhodes bumps into him. Adam, I see you're busy. I'm going to let you be. I just want to know, you got the contract? Yep. You got all the details I asked for? Yeah. Okay, I'll see you later tonight then. So, and the car crash thing was a story that was sewn into the show, because heaven forbid a long continuous story sewn through a 2-hour show helps draw attention to it. If I didn't know any better, I'd say it almost sounded like they knew what they were doing. But yeah, we'll just skip right to that part to fill in on that. It was at one point Solo was saying Jacob Fatu was the one that caused the accident, and to the police. Cops went with Pierce to go talk to Jacob. Jacob just straight up looking, man, I ain't talking to no police. Get on out here. And the cops were very much so being cops with, no, listen. You need to come with us. Man, I ain't going with you. Keep your hands off me. And Pierce, Jacob, just go with them. Talk to them. It'll be alright. Alright? It'll be okay. If you didn't do nothing, you got nothing to worry about. Later on in the show, you see Solo coming out there. Ooh. Dancing, gyrating, doing his little thing. Gloating on how he's here, Jacob's there, but what would you expect, because Jacob is a criminal, and he tried to mess with my MFT. Not gonna happen. And then you see Jimmy Uso in the back with a police car pulling up right in front of him, with the cops letting Jacob out, saying, after going over all the footage and your statement, we can confirm and say clear you had nothing to do with that incident, so we apologize for the inconvenience on your behalf. Please accept that apology and have a good evening. Jacob just left it at that and then made a straight beeline for the ring, looking to go and rip Solo's throat out. He goes in there, starts wreaking havoc, raising hell, and just as he's about to go and do a kill shot on Solo, JC Mateo puts a stop to him. Then Jimmy Uso comes out, helps even things up some, so that way, and then they wind up owning the ring. And as as Solo is leaving, trying to get away, Pierce stops him. Solo. You thought it'd be a good idea to have an innocent man locked up. Well, have I got news for you. Because at SummerSlam, your match against Jacob Fatu for the United States title is now going to be contested in a, wait for it folks, I hope you're hungry, because it's going to be a salad steel cage. Yes, I did have to do the salad steel cage joke. Please don't get mad at me on it. It's funny. I think it's funny. Anyways, other highlights from SmackDown was Charlotte Flair had a match with Raquel Rodriguez, and this was to hype up the fact that Raquel and Roxanne are going to defend their women's tag titles against Flair and Bliss at SummerSlam, and I'm really digging the chemistry with Flair and Bliss. It's more like a big sister, little sister, hey, I'm better than you, no, I'm better than you, no, I'm better than you, no, I'm better than you kind of deal. That's the kind of vibe I'm picking up off of it. I like it. I think it's kind of neat. And, I think it's also kind of a neat little way to help introduce little girls to be like, hey, cool, kind of deal. you know. But also, Damian Priest had a match against Carmelo Hayes that ended in a DQ when Aleister Black came up out of nowhere, attacked Priest, and then hit him with a black mass after the ref called for the bell. And Melo was quite literally any person out there that always swears what they would do if they were stuck in a horror movie. He just saw everything going on and was like, nah, I'm out later. I'll see y'all later. And that was it. We had a fatal 4-way #1 contenders match for the SmackDown tag titles. It was Andrade and Rey Fenix against Fraxium versus DIY versus the Motor City Machine Guns. And honestly, I thought this was a good match. Andrade and Fenix wound up getting the win. And I get some people, and by some people I mean the diehard, everyone, you know, somebody in WWE could find a cure for fucking polio and they'll still find a way to shit on it. Anti-WWE fanboys. Those kind of people were going on a tirade. Oh, I can't believe Phoenix is being reduced to this. He's being wasted. He's this, he's that. He's not being used the right way. Blah, 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 blah. He needs to leave. Folks, shut up. Sit down. Listen. The guy took a bet on himself and did what he thought was best for his personal brand. Rewind the clock about 8 to 10 months ago. What the hell was he doing over in AEW? And I am not saying that in a anti-WWE, pro-AEW, or anti-AEW, pro-WWE way. I'm asking just that particular talent. What were they doing? They were sitting on their collective asses, getting a paycheck, but not being used. He took what he thought was best for him and his personal brand to try and go and maximize the most out of his career. Some guys would just be perfectly okay sitting on their ass for however long until the contract expires. Okay, good for them. But for some other people, they wanted to get up and go. I don't blame him. If the roles were reversed, I would have wanted to do the same. He took a bet, he did it. And sometimes happy little accidents happen where, you know, this guy has nothing going. This guy has nothing going. Well, let's put them together and make a tag team. You know, if I didn't know any better, I'd say, memory best serves. One of the most infamous tag teams from the Attitude Era came to be that way. What was it again? Oh yeah, the New Age freaking Outlaws. Nobody take the time to think about this stuff. Just, not only that, the most important thing, and I say this all the freaking time, let the damn story play for a bit before you go to criticize. Don't just go and shit right away. Give a minute or two to think and process. Don't just do a quick knee-jerk reaction. Heaven forbid we wait a minute, wait a day, wait a day or two. That way we could sit and think, well, is that really? Or could it have been this? Maybe it was that. Maybe this guy was doing this because of that, or any other kind of thing. Maybe I'm overthinking it myself, personally. Who knows? But either way, Andrade and Rey Fenix are the #1 contenders, so they got a tag title shot down the road against the Wyatts. In nomine Patria, Filii Spiritus Sancti, my children. Good luck. Y'all need it. So, the closing moment for SmackDown was the contract signing between Cody Rhodes and John Cena. And Cody came out first, got a great pop. Cena came out, and Cody put pen to paper, slid it over to John. John, now Cody, listen. I want to be honest with you, man. I cannot compete at SummerSlam. Oh, no, now listen. I have been under between the stresses of being world champion as well as filming. I have a movie I have to make for Netflix coming up soon. And I just feel it's in my best personal interest and my health. I don't do this match at SummerSlam. Now, you did not, in all fairness, Cody, in all fairness, you did earn that #1 contender shot. So I will give you that shot. You know, we could do it in Perth, we could do it in France. You know, you name the time and the place and we can, but I don't feel comfortable doing SummerSlam. I'm sorry. So John Cena trying to chicken shit heel out of it. Trying to chicken shit out of it, which, okay, not only did I have Cena being a heel, I did not have John Cena going heel on my bingo card, but I did not have John Cena trying to chicken shit out of a match on my bingo card either. But after that, you know, he tried to leave. Cody wouldn't let him. Small little skirmish ensues. And then they get in the ring. Cody, he's got the title in his hand. Wham! Cracks Cena with it. So he's showing, yeah, he's got the shot. This time, next time, he ain't gonna miss. So he does that. Sets John up on the table. Goes up. Does a splash onto Cody onto the table. All with his suit vest still perfectly buttoned, I may add. So kudos to Cody for that. Also, kudos to his tailor, whoever that is. I really want to learn on who his tailor is because, god dog, that is an impressive suit if it can withstand that. After that, Cody then grabbed the pen, put it in John's hand, and then forced John to write his name on the contract, thus making it official and proving once again, only in the world of professional wrestling can you beat up the opposition to the point of near unconsciousness, force them to write something on a contract, and thus making it legally binding, all in front of hundreds of thousands of fans in an arena as well as on a live television. God, I love wrestling for its oddities like that. Also, Cody wound up getting on the mic and saying, hey John, by the way, our match at SummerSlam, it's a street fight. So they got a street fight. Are we going to it? I don't know about anyone else, but I'm calling it now. I don't know who it's going to be, but I predict hands down we are definitely getting some kind of shenanigans and someone is definitely going to try and run interference on John's behalf. So now that we're done that, let's start with this week's show, Raw in Houston, and it starts out with Clarence Mason Punk, the Pepsi King of Chicago, coming on down to the ring, hyping up on how, you know, hey, when I came back here, I said I had a list of a few things, and I had a couple roadblocks put in front of me along the way, you know. I wanted to main event WrestleMania, I did. I wanted to become world champion, I'm working to that. Gunther, excuse me. Gunther, you're a tough dude and I give you all the credit in the world for that. But, here's the thing. I'm coming for you and I'm coming for that title. Gunther then came out. He got on the mic. Now, listen. What I'm going to say is going to sound a little harsh. But it's the truth. You have a big ego. And that's okay. Because I have a big ego also. Now, you have a big ego, and look where it got you. These people were chanting and yelling your name for 10 years straight, and that fed your ego, and that brought you back here. Now you see the difference between yours and mine. Yours is connected to them. Mine's isn't. Mine's is to show everyone exactly just how great of a professional wrestler I am, on how brutal I can be. And come SummerSlam, I cannot wait to decimate you. And then left it at that. No physical altercations, no nothing. So if I had to guess, since next week is going to be the go home, we'll probably get something that we may get a shoving match, maybe 1 or 2 punches, maybe Gunther doing a chop to Punk's chest. That's about it. So yeah. So now we get into the first match of the night. It started out with Rusev going up against Sheamus. So we got Rusev versus Jimmy. And this did not disappoint. Much like Sheamus always says, this was a banger after banger after banger after banger of a match. Really good, solid, hard hitting. Rusev was leading into the break. Sheamus, he was fighting back, throwing shots like you'd have thought Rusev owed him money. And at the end, Sheamus wound up getting the win, hitting a bro kick on him. Got the 1, 2, 3. Oh man, this was really good. I really enjoyed it. Next up, we had a triple threat to determine #1 contender for the tag titles on Raw. We had the New Day, and thank God for the New Day. Much like Woods would say, I'm sorry. Versus the Creed brothers versus the L.W.O, Joaquin Wilde and Cruz del Toro, which, now, really nice, good, solid action. New Day, they were leading into the commercial break. After the commercial break, it was kind of like, it was pretty much whoever was in the ring at the time was pretty much just leading and dictating the pace after that. I don't want to say it was like car crash mayhem, because it wasn't, but it was more like, okay, you're in now, you're in charge. Now you're in now, you're in charge. Now you're in now, you're in charge kind of deal. But at one point, match came to an end when the New Day, they had Wild set up for midnight hour. He got out of it, threw Cody off the top, and then wound up doing threw Woods off the top, and then did a roll up on Kofi. Got the 1, 2, 3. So now a secondary sub story that was on there was, at one point before the match, El Grande Americano, the greatest luchador to hail from the Gulf of America. I've really liked pissing people off just saying that line, just so you know. He was being interviewed by Byron Saxton, and I gotta tell you, this was a really nice promo. El Grande's promos, hands down, go up there with the likes of El Generico on how great they sounded. But either way, El Grande was being interviewed. Dragon Lee came over saying, "How dare you disrespect the lucha culture? You don't have what it takes. You don't have what's right here. You don't have the heart for it." El Grande was like, first off, Dragon Lee was extremely rude getting into El Grande's business like that, uncoaxed and unprovoked. Then it led to a shoving match and an altercation where a production crew had to separate the two. At one point, Lee came out during the match, which then El Grande came out, pulled him off the apron and started beating him up. So, if anything, El Grande is the good guy in this picture here. I mean, seriously. Does nobody see that aspect? All of that could have been avoided if Dragon Lee did not go and get into El Grande's face like that. I'm just saying. Either way, next up, women's tag action. Raquel and Roxanne defending their women's tag titles against Lyra, Valkyria, and Bayley, which was a shock to Lyra because they showed her, Bayley, what's going on? What's this I'm hearing? You want me to team up with you for a tag match tonight? Yeah, for the women's tag titles. Why? Did you forget about last week? Well, we didn't have a match at WrestleMania, so you know, now that I'm good, you're good, I thought maybe, hey, maybe we could. So, yeah. Now, before this match came to be, we also wound up getting a little bit of a promo from the MILF, the man, Becky Lynch, coming out, talking about on how dare Lyra be rude like this? How dare she go and be so full of her own ego that she needs to go and not just challenge for my Women's Intercontinental Championship, but now has to challenge for the Women's Tag Title? Who needs 2 titles? Now, granted, remind you, when I won both titles, main eventing WrestleMania, that was different. That was trailblazing. But now, that's just rude of her. And God, I love on how Becky plays that off so well. So, yeah. Either way, as far as this women's tag match went, it was good. Lyra, the baby faces, they were leading at the start of the match. Heels were leading into the break. Lyra wound up becoming a punching bag post-commercial break. Bayley wound up getting a hot tag in. And then action came up, picked up, went. And match came to an end when Raquel wound up doing a Tejana bomb on the Bayley after Dominic wound up trying to run some interference and wound up getting pulled off the apron. Medical personnel went to come over, and one of the medical personnel pushed the lady doctor back. Whoa, wait, back up. Let me check him. And then you just see Dom turn his head and look and see the WWE medical personnel was Uncle Alan, AJ Styles. That's right, AJ Styles has been working on his trolling game, and he was trolling Dom all night. He was the valet that was parking Judgment Day's car. He was a janitor making sure cleaning up behind Dominic. And now he's the medical personnel checking on him to make sure he's good. All because Dominic is supposed to be evaluated and to see if they can have their match at SummerSlam for Dom's IC title. But, yeah. Also, at one point, Bayley, she was trying to crawl over to go and tag Lyra. And Becky crawled out from under the ring out of nowhere. Boom! Pulled out Lyra from the apron. And then just whoop, crawled, hit under the apron. Hit under the apron, right below the ring skirt. Like, she can't see me. She can't see me from this low, right? Right? Okay, good. And then that's when Bayley wound up getting hit with the Tejana bomb. Excuse me. On a side note, Dominic did get cleared, and AJ and Dominic are going to have their match for Dominic's Intercontinental Championship at WrestleMania. Or at SummerSlam, I should say. Good God! Mulligan! Next matchup, we got Sami Zayn. Ole, Sami Zayn! Going up against Karrion Kross, and really good. Sami was leading right up into the break. Kross wound up building up. Kross, he was building up. Post break, just really good. And also, man, oh man, I absolutely love the fact that Karrion Kross actually got a match on TV. And I'm not talking like just main event or superstars. I'm talking like an actual on live television match. It was good to see that. Match came to an end when, after Sami did an exploder, he went to go off into the corner, into the opposite corner to go and line up for the haluva kick. As he's doing that, Scarlett slides across a pipe, and then she circles around to the other side, grabs Sami's leg to hold him back right in front of the ref. The ref's then yelling at Scarlett about doing that, causing interference, trying, like, hey, I could call for a DQ. You can't do that, blah, blah, blah stuff. And as the ref is chastising Scarlett for that, Kross with that pipe, wham! Right across Sami's ribs. Oh, something fierce. And then goes for the pin. 1, 2, 3. So your winner is Karrion Kross. Next matchup we have, it's the final match of the night, but not the closing segment. We'll get to that in a minute. It was Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer. And Man, both girls were going all out. I really dug this match. It was as good as round one with them two. Steph wound up leading into the commercial break. Io was dictating the pace post-break. Both girls were really just on point tonight. I loved it. Unfortunately, it came to an end via a DQ when Chelsea and the Secret Harvest came out, ran interference. They attacked Steph first, so technically Steph won via DQ. But then after they attacked Steph, then they attacked Io. Then they were saved by Rhea Ripley, who came out to even things up for them all. So, if I had to guess players, if I may take a page out of the book of Teddy Long, I see 3 girls over here having an issue. And I see 3 girls over here having an issue. So what I propose is we have a 6 women tag match players. Holla, holla, holla. So now we come to the closing segment of the show. It is with Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, and mein Savior, Paul Heyman. And Paul, now before Roman Reigns comes out, I have a few things I need to get off my chest. And then Roman comes out. H-Town, acknowledge me. So they acknowledge Roman, and then Paul, he goes and opens up to Roman saying, now listen, I know what I did. I was your wise man. But there is an opening. There is an opportunity for you. You are welcome here. Come with us and you will be welcomed with open arms just like before. Pretty much like that. And then when Roman spoke, with open arms, like before. And then you just see Paul put the hand up, acknowledging the one tribal chief. Now, if I was talking to somebody if I heard these words from you a couple months ago, I'd have thought these were the words of a wise man. But now this sounds like the words of a dumbass, which set a hair up, Braun Breaker sideways. He went to go and try and step to Roman. Paul got in between. And Roman, boy, you better sit back before boy, you best calm yourself. You know. So then Roman wound up explaining. Now, reason why I say dumbass instead of a wise man, because you've known my family for a long time. You worked with me. And now you want to say you took credit. You want to say you took credit for making me the tribal chief. You always talk about the bloodline like we were some stable, like we were a wrestling group. Bloodline is family. See, you weren't family. I brought you in. I had you handle business. And what did you do? You threw it all away. For what? For what? Your best friend. Your best friend who you didn't talk to for 10 years. And Paul, he just went, and then Roman went on saying, you didn't help me be champion. My family helped me be champion. The Usos helped me. Solo helped me. Hell, even Sami helped me. And when he mentioned Sami, you just saw Paul. Yeah, I thought that one set you. Now, and at one point looked over at Breaker. Now listen, I'm going to tell you this now, because in a couple years' time, he's going to do the same thing to you that he did with me, saying that he made you. He didn't make me. And then eventually at one point, Breaker just had enough, blew right past Paul, got right in front of Roman, and then just put his hand out for a mic. You just see Paul very scared, hesitant, like, here you go. Man, I really hope this don't go badly. And then Breaker basically looking at Roman. You see the difference between you and me, Roman? Is that Paul left you and he's not going to leave me. And the reason he's not going to leave me is because I'm actually useful. I'm not just some expendable piece of trash. See, I am the future of this company. I am the future of this industry. And when my time comes, I'm going to be world champion. So there is nothing you or anyone else can do about it. And then Roman, I didn't catch all that. I didn't hear you. No, seriously, I didn't hear that. Here, I think your mic wasn't working. Here, take mine. He throws him the mic and then wham! Superman punches him. Starts going after Bronson Reed then Breaker gets him, then it's a 2-on-1 beatdown, and then Roman is saved by Jey Uso, who runs in, gets him, and then they clear an clear house where Jey does a spear and Roman does one also to Breaker and Reed, and they clear the ring and they own it. So if I had to guess, I would probably say we're going to get a tag match with that at SummerSlam. And with that said, folks, that is it for this week's show. So thank you to contributor to the show, LFC Lingerie Fighting Championship, a little bit of wrestling, a little bit of MMA, a whole lot of attractive women. We're not a little bit of nothing. Thank you. Also, if you're watching this on video, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment on the show. If you're listening to this on audio, share the show, leave us a 5-star review if you feel we've earned it. We are trying to build up the audio platform. Folks, I cannot stress that enough. Also, folks, you look for me on the Twitter at Tim Vicious, and 99% of social media, Tim Vicious, that's me. Don't forget to look for these cats right here on the Twitter, DSB_IV, main event _net, the main event wrestling network account, Sergeant Curry Pants, 3 Count Thursday, D Dryer 1986. And folks, like I always tell you, if you love me, great, and if you hate me, well. Shut up and sit down. Fuck yous.